Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane here, podcast Pete and certified lifestyle coach. Reason you should be listening is the greatest opportunity is right in our sights. The robo-taxi. It's coming quick, but when it comes, you got to be ready. And our community is ready. Our community is putting you in a position. Listen to a little bit of this and you'll gain greater knowledge of what's possible, because together we're better, community we're better. And I want you to think you're a local, respected person. You know 140 people that know, like, and trust you. But there's a bigger opportunity. It's called the global sandbox. That's where 5,000 to a billion people can enjoy a journey with you to know, like, and trust. Now, there's plenty of information I'm going to give you here. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. That way you can see the robo-taxi wealth engine from 6,000 to millions. That's where the whole transformation of transportation is happening. I have a Tesla. I've driven it for a couple months. I've gone on journeys to Richmond, 10 hours, to Charlotte, 4.5 hours, going to Naples, 12 hours. And every single time, it is an absolute incredible experience, full of energy, being present, being able to drive that distance. We've always had to think about when we drive. That's our normal. But now it doesn't have to be, because you can be present. You could be thinking. You could be doing things you've never been able to do behind the wheel. Because when the car runs itself, drives itself, you can relax. You're more safer. You're more engaged in your thoughts. And being able to do that will change your life. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit about the local to global. That's our podcasting system. That's our flywheel. And understanding that will open up your world from 140 people that know, like, and trust you to 5,000 to a billion. All right, let's get started. All right, let me see here. I think, all right, hold on here. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to add this. Yes, hold on. Hold on here. I'm at the end. But let me get back here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, hold on here. I was just going through this. Okay. Compounding authority. Let me make sure this is good. Yes. Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Okay. Hold on here. Compounding authority. Scaling your local legacy beyond your area code. See, your area code is where you have that ceiling of people that know, like, and trust you. It's 140. When you're playing in the local sandbox, as we say, you're not seeing the global opportunity, because people are going to get to know, like, and trust you. That will never change, but they're going to do it on their terms, and they're going to do it with you online. So if you're not focusing on your online strategy to grow out of the local sandbox to the global sandbox, you're missing the biggest opportunity. And we're going to share with you how you can apply that to the Tesla robo-taxi opportunity, which is coming here in Atlanta. I don't know, maybe 9 months, maybe 12 months, whatever it is. When it comes, it's going to come fast, and you want to be prepared. You want to see it before it happens. You want to plan. You want to be in a community. You want to be around people that are going in the same direction you are. And that's where we want to help you. Okay, hold on here. All right, the local paradox, the paradox of the local legend. You're respected locally, but when somebody Googles you, there's no authority trail So opportunity stops at your area code. Opportunity stops at your area code. Your online credibility is not translating your online equity because you haven't focused on it. If you search my name, put Pete Kane, put podcast, you'll see at least five pages of content. Now, it gives you an opportunity to, at your pace, see if this is right for you. Because we're going to give you an opportunity at the end. I'm going to give you a gift. It's for those that stay and want to pursue, that are interested in knowing more. You'll see where the global opportunity, the global sandbox, is the one you want to be playing in. You build a real business through relationships, not by manufacturing a fake persona. The reality, legacy-driven service businesses, I'll say 55 and older, because we didn't grow up with technology, but it's coming, it's here, it's happening. And we will be restricted by that because our younger generation, they're growing up with this. They know it. And they know how to use AI. They know how to use all the technology. And if you're thinking you're just going to ride out the next few years, you will be so far behind, you won't be able to catch up. So well respected in your local community grows through referrals and showing up. The resistance. I'm known locally, but when somebody Googles me, they basically nothing there. I don't have time to figure out tech or social media. I'm not trying to be famous. I just want the right people to find me. The effort is high, but the impact disappears with the moment the conversation ends. I love my B&I people, but we're missing an opportunity there because you go to a meeting every week, you listen to 25 to 75 people say the same thing. Once you walk out of that meeting, it's over. There's nothing that has been created but a memory. And if you don't know what's possible, that's going to be your normal. It's kind of like when you don't know what's possible with self-driving Teslas. You don't know the anxiety, that the normal that you've always been, that you always got to think, you always got to be aware of the traffic, you always got to be trying to find out where you're going. But once you put yourself in the driver's seat and you push a button and it goes to your destination and it gets there safely, without stress, without impact, without the thought of thinking about every single second you're out there. Because you relax one time, you get on your phone and you don't see a car coming, your life can be over in 1 second. So safety matters. And getting back to my B&I mindset is creating assets like I've done for the last few years never goes away. But that meeting is gone. It's just a memory. So you might have some information out there, but it's all scattered. There's nothing. So when people search you, they don't see much. A website, not enough. People's time is precious. They're not going to go digging into your website unless they are interested. And you have to create the content. That's why we create podcasts. We build relationships. We create assets that keep on growing. Your meeting starts and it's over. It's gone. Poof. Just like when you go to lunch with a person, it starts and it's over. But what about a lunch online? What about a lunch on a podcast, getting to know somebody? It's okay and it's great to get together. I'm going to lunch today, but I don't do that as the first meeting. I do it to deepen relationships because our personal connection is real and it's important. You can't live behind a computer all the time. We get energy from people, but you have to understand your energy. If you're running all over the city trying to go to every networking meeting, it's exhausting, very exhausting. If you strategically put your time in assets online, you can be ready when the Tesla Cybercab opportunity hits, because you're not so busy being busy. We always say, when you're on the busy bus, you're missing. It's noisy. It's distracting. When you're on the purpose plane, you're focused. You have your goals. You know what each move is. You use your time wiser than most. Most people are watching 4 hours of TV and they're scrolling 2.5 hours of TikTok videos or social media. So you're consuming media when you're looking at other people's lives instead of creating your life. Your life can be created. All right. Bridging the gap from linear hustle to compounding leverage. Keyword, leverage. And you know what the word compounding interest, compounding time, it makes a difference. The local loop, capped by your zip code, requires your physical presence, vanishes after the meeting, and zero own digital footprint. The authority trail, which we teach, which we help our clients go on this, your global discovery. Your work while you sleep. Permanent, searchable assets. Credibility presence, you own. You own it. It doesn't ever go away. And that's beautiful. Stop bouncing off the walls of the wrong sandbox. The local sandbox, 140 people. It's a finite network. It's linear growth. Your global sandbox, up to 1.54 billion people online. Infinite audience, exponential growth. Your lack of scale isn't a personal failure. It's an environmental constraint. 80% of the impact comes from your global sandbox. Where do you want to play? 140 people that know, like, and trust you? Or do you want to get out of your zip code and go to 5,000 to over 1 billion people? Because I had a person once say, well, I can't run my electrical trucks all over the world. True. But it's not trucks you're running all over the world. It's your knowledge. It's your expertise of running a business, growing a business, founding a business. People want to know how to go faster. They want somebody like you who's done it, who's proved it, who can now teach it. The local to global podcasting system. Now, stay with me. We started this with the robo-taxi. That's just one part, because if you have the time and you're not running all over the city trying to be everywhere, but you're somewhere online, then you have the time to look at opportunities like that. Because when it hits is not the time to start. The time to start is now. And we're going to give you a couple QR codes at the end where, well, let me see. Hold on here. We'll go. Let's talk about this bridge. This is the left side of your bridge is your local respect. Your bridge to the global discovery is the local to global podcasting system. And we're going to show you what you get with the system. Within 6 months, building a credible online footprint, you own and control. You own and control, anchored by a consistent published podcast. One conversation a week, but you're laying a seed. One conversation of coffee starts and it's over. That's not an asset. That's an activity. And when you understand the difference between the two, you can understand the opportunity of the global authority. Your global discovery starts when people get to know, like, and trust you online. And that can be thousands and thousands and thousands of people, because everybody goes on a journey. You want them to go on a journey with you, but you got to put the assets out there. You got to plant the seeds. You got to do the podcast, the content. You got to have a school community. You have to have the things in line for people who want to hear more about what you have. You want to give it to them, because if you don't, the journey stops. And for most, it stops locally, because you haven't focused on global authority. And when you focus on the global, that's where you get the billion. Demand is everything. Creating your demand, generating demand. Okay, hold on here. The 3 pillars of permanent digital ecosystem. The first pillar, generating demand. Stop being a well-kept secret. That is not a good strategy for you to have a vibrant business, a business that allows you to have the freedom to travel, to work from anywhere, to be creative, to focus on your health, to have a wealth strategy where you have enough money coming in at the beginning of the month that all your expenses are taken care of. Then you're free to be who you are, free to be the person that you were born to be, to dream big and make the biggest impact you can make in this world. We only have a limited amount of time, so why not dream big and make an impact? Second, cash flow, direct path to revenue. You have to create cash flow. That's why the robo-taxi opportunity is so powerful. It generates cash flow. Cash flow is king. Cash flow is life. Cash flow is your business. Without it, you have a hobby or you have a business that's going to go out of business. So everybody needs to focus on that cash flow, because that gives you the business that will grow, that will be able to make the impact that you want to make. Without it, you have a hobby. The third pillar, thriving communities. We use school, SKOOL. That's where you're with like-minded people. That's where we can nurture your journey, help you, support you, and be around like-minded people. You are who you associate with. So associate with people that are making an impact, that are working on their freedoms, because together we're better. To generate demand, 1 weekly conversation, because a permanent searchable authority asset. Every episode acts as an online ambassador, generating leads to the right people can find you. It's not just the people you already know. It's not about views. That's not the thing. You can have one view, and if it's the right person, it's the best view. You don't need vanity matrix, 10,000 views. Everybody says, how many views you got? I can increase your views. I don't give a rip about views. Views don't put money in your pocket. Views boost your ego. And if that's what you want to do, great. But if you want to build a business, stop thinking about views, but think about where people can find you that are interested in you. So when you do one conversation, one podcast a week, you have a permanent searchable asset library. Creating cash flow. Awareness is useless without conversation. The podcast builds a direct path to revenue. Every episode naturally bridges listeners into your existing offer through a clear, repeatable sales process. So we do podcasts to get to know people, to introduce them to our community, to help add value to their life and their journey, and to show them that it's possible. I had a lady, never did two actually, one yesterday, one a couple months ago. Both English was not their primary language. It was the first English podcast they ever did. But they did it. They did it. They proved to themselves they can do it. And now their world is opened up because they know that they can do something. It's not until we do something that we can really see that we can accomplish it. Was it uncomfortable? Yeah. I don't know what it's like because I don't speak multiple languages. I only think in English. I only speak in English. But when you don't have your primary language, you're processing a different language. It's a whole different mindset, a whole different skill. But leaning into it and challenging yourself makes a difference. That's why we like to challenge our clients, challenge our community to grow, to level up, to get better, to have a system that creates assets. So, building thriving communities. Referrals and one-on-one conversations don't compound. A central online ecosystem does. Powered by Skool, SKOOL, we nurture your audience, turn passive listeners into active clients, and clients into vocal advocates. You don't have to be everywhere in social media. That's exhausting, knowing you got to keep posting and posting and posting, and they limit your reach. It's not that it doesn't work, but it's time consuming. There's a better way. There's a better way through Skool. Not something I did very well in, but now I love it. And they can you deliver the massive value that's possible in your community. They become your advocates. They become your word of mouth. And you don't have to even pay for it. You just deliver the best possible outcome that you can, because you're not all over the place. You're where you need to be. The Skool community. People want community. People, if you're going to be global, you got to think global. And Skool is global in just about every country. So you open up your local sandbox to a global sandbox through your community score. The flywheel effect, transforming effort into automatic momentum, the ecosystem. Podcast creates demand. The offer creates cash flow. Your Skool community builds community. The referrals start to come in, and it just keeps cycling. The flywheel. Every podcast, there can be an offer. Every community person that joins gets stronger. And then the referrals, because you're focused on delivering outcome, but not trying to be everywhere. Just be somewhere in your Skool community and online. The barrier to entry, surviving the awkward stage. This is the one that derails a lot of people. I had a person, it's been about a year and a half. They did 3 podcasts, and it was $1,200 an episode. An NBA player and a young person, teamed up with each other. They only did 3. At $3,600 an episode, you're not gonna monetize 3 podcasts. I've done, 500, 400, something like that. I've done a lot. And it's compounding. It never goes away. So search my name. Just go Pete Kane Podcast. But you got to get through the awkward stage. The most podcast coaches teach you how to podcast, leave you to navigate the tech, the setup, the publishing, the booking alone. The friction is where most legacy owners will quit, because they say, I got a podcast. They go out and buy expensive equipment, and then they only know how to use it. And they're so focused on getting all that thing together that they lose momentum. They lose their enthusiasm. They lose the ability to make it happen. We do that for you. We handle friction. You supply the expertise. The complete done for you engine. We navigate the tech back end. So your only job is to be the authoritative voice of your business. One conversation a week. We handle the tech, the setup, the production, the publishing, the booking page, the school community onboarding. We do all that for you so you focus on the one thing you can never outsource, your voice. The autonomy of a new digital footprint. The launch architect. We'll show you the art and branding, automated booking page, Spotify and platform setup, branded business card, school community onboarding, your trailer in your first 2 episodes, ongoing weekly audio video production, AI trained tech support from Trexa and Rolando, community management support, bi-weekly one-on-one coaching, group coaching calls, quarterly live luncheons. We do live events too. And that next one is coming up. We're going to try and switch it from Memorial Day to the week after. Now, the ultimate differential, tangible credibility. In the world of digital noise, a branded, printed asset cuts through. We have a community magazine we produce with your key strategic partners. You're on the cover, your key strategic partners, your referral partners, and their podcasts, and their link to their story is in the magazine. The community magazine features you and your partners, is a premium physical format. It's tangible, credible asset that travels offline, proves your authority in any room. Scaling your authority without scaling your hustle. Time freedom, wealth freedom, creative freedom. The ultimate outcome of compounding your digital ecosystem is freedom, control over your schedule, limits removed from your earning potential, and your space to build what truly excites you. Are you clear about your future? The path to freedom isn't having more options. It's about having the right map. The right map. So let me make this a little smaller. Okay. Now, see right here, this QR code. That goes to our school community. Now, I want to do, because we did this because I want you to own a piece of the Tesla Cybertruck opportunity. And to do that, I'm going to put a QR code up here. So this QR code, here we go, right there, will go to our landing page where you can learn more. It's not here in Atlanta, but it's in Dallas. It's in Houston. It's in Austin. It's in San Francisco. It's going to be in Tampa. It's going to be in Miami. It's going to be in some other cities. But you want to be prepared when it comes. You want to be in a community. You want to have the coaching. You want to have the resources, the knowledge, the expertise to secure your wealth for your family and yourself. The future is bright. Take action. Join our community. Check it out. It doesn't cost anything. We're building the school community as we speak. So it'll be on this page. So this QR code right here. Let me see if I can put a banner up. No, I never have it. Hold on here. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Okay. I love it. Go to pkw.score. That's our community. That's where we're all gathering. That's where you can get that free gift. A $300 gift is waiting for you in our community. So join our community. Go to pkme.score. And then there, join our community of Cybercab opportunists. People that are going to Move into the future faster, because when you get behind a wheel and you're not driving and you're just pushing a button, your life changes because you see the future. You're experiencing the future. Then when you do that, everything shifts. And it did for me. And I'm so thankful that I don't have to think. I can go out at night. I can travel when it's dark. I can go on the highways because I'm safely being driven by my Tesla self-driving car. So, thank you so much. The future is bright. Are you clear about your future? Because if you're not, join us. Join our community. Join our Cybercab opportunity, where you can have a piece of the future and secure your wealth for your family and your business. I'm Pete Kane. Be bold.